Hey, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. Sister Kate and I are driving back to Shofar Mountain, and we're kind of going over some of the conversations we had at the North Georgia Viking meetup. And I think I misunderstood a question that I'm pretty sure it was C103 asked me. He said, "Are y'all comfortable in your house?" And I had so many people that were talking to me and I was talking to them that I think I gave an answer like, "Oh yeah, we're comfortable, I just tired of the insulation showing," and then went on to another conversation. But then he told Sister Kate, either before or later, "My wife and I are thinking about downsizing our house and moving into a smaller house. Are y'all comfortable in your smaller house?" And so I thought I'd talk about that. House size, comfort, that kind of thing. And it is a nice day. So, we have lived in fairly large houses. We lived in a, what was that, 3,700 square foot house in a foreign country, and it had like a bedroom suite with a sitting room in the middle of 3 huge bedrooms and 2 baths. We called our bedroom the bowling alley. It was so big. And then there was another 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms downstairs. I mean, it was a big house. And the house we left at High Prairie Acres was, how big is that? 24?
Yeah, something like that.
I think it's about 2,400 square feet. Just to give you a frame of reference for when I say something's too big or too small. And we were comfortable in that house. And then our current house is, it started out on a 20 by 30 footprint. And then we added, and it has a 10 by 20 porch on the front. And then we added a 10 by 20 kitchen and a 10 by 7 little office. So you can do the math on that. It's small. It's basically you walk in the front door and you're in what's gonna be the living room / dining room, eating area. And then we have a 10 by 20 foot kitchen. It has to be that big because we're putting a Pioneer Maid. Is that what it's called? Pioneer Princess?
Yeah.
Used to be called the Pioneer Maid. I think they changed the name. It's a big wood heated cook stove. So the kitchen has to be a little bigger. And then to the left we have a bedroom that is 20 by 13, but carved out of that is a closet and a bathroom. So it's probably really only 12 by 13. Are we comfortable in it? Yes. But we still have a lot of stuff scattered here and there. I have stuff that I'm still keeping at High Prairie Acres that somebody's watching for me. We have warehouses on Shofar Mountain that hold stuff, and I have more sheds than you can shake a stick at that we keep things in that we used to keep in our house. I think what helped us feel comfortable in the house that we're in now is that Sister Kate and I lived in a 7 foot wide by 17 foot camper trailer for 2.5 years. I mean, we lived in that. And so when we came out of that into our palatial house that we have now, you know, it feels big to us. I remember when we would visit our house at High Prairie Acres, when we were living in the trailer, and I would go back and sit in my living room, which is huge, and I would think, this is decadence. Why in the heck do we have a living room as big as 3 of my trailers, you know? So what do you need? There's a good book, I don't know if it's available anymore, called The Owner Built Home by Ken Kern. And maybe his wife co-wrote it. Also, I'm not sure.
In a half mile, keep left, continue on
What?
I-22.
Just tell me.
keep left.
All right. But he talks about allocating space, and it made an impression on me at an early age. I got it when it was fairly new. A bedroom. What do you need in a bedroom? What do you need? See, because when you're reducing your need to be part of the system, we're going on 22?
Yes, 22.
When you reduce your need to be part of the system and go work your slave wage job, you know, you've got to cut back on some worldly things. And one of the worldly things that we Americans enjoy is space, right? We like our space. We like our space in our houses. But what you need in a bedroom is a big enough place for your bed. I submit you need space on both sides of the bed, not pushing the bed up against a wall. It just makes life a whole lot easier. And then you need room to store your clothing, and for however many people are in that bedroom to stand up and get dressed at the same time. You know, you need enough moving around room like that. That's all you need in a bedroom. You don't need a sitting area and a tea service and, you know, blah. Doesn't mean you can't have it, but I'm talking about squishing down to what's comfortable. In a living room, you need enough space to entertain, hang out with the number of people you think you're going to do that with at any one time. And space is reconfigurable. Our living room will also serve as where we eat. It won't be a separate dining room and a separate living room. We're going to have a little table. Right now we have a big plastic table, but we'll have a little table that probably seats 4, but it'll normally seat 2, and we'll have the ability to surge if we have to. But so yeah, we're comfortable, but if you're thinking a pioneer, prepper, survivalist lifestyle, you have a lot of stuff, right? You should have at least, you know, a goodly amount of food. You probably have guns and ammo and, you know, bug out bags and medical gear and, you know, stuff, right, that many average people don't really have. You need a place to store that stuff. You can't put it outside under a tarp. To that end, I use little sheds. I build sheds. And I just, you know, the debacle of the Gonna Be tool shed. That saved me a lot of time. But so I use sheds to keep things in that formerly I kept in my house. So there's that. When you're gonna move to a smaller house, with the thought being, I want a smaller house so I pay less money, so I don't have to work for the man as much. Before you do that, there's a couple important things to do while you're still in the world and have your man job, woman job. First thing is to get out of debt. If you're not in debt now, hallelujah, don't get into debt. If you're in debt now, you should be spending all your money to get out of debt. Debt is bondage. It makes you do things you don't want to do. You have to go to work, because if you don't, they're going to come take your stuff. Pay it off or get rid of it or whatever. So that's number one, get out of debt. Number two, get rid of all the stuff you don't need. Do it now while you're living someplace where people may give you 50 cents on the $100 for it. You move out to the boonies, one, there's nobody that's going to stop by your yard sale in any great numbers, not like in suburbia. And two, those people don't have a lot of money, because they're doing the same thing you want to do, downsizing. So get rid of it. Unless your living room furniture, this is me now, right? You can disagree, that's fine. But unless your living room furniture is some heirloom from great-grandma Arthula, sell it. You can get almost like new living room furniture at Goodwill for like $25 a couch. $150 will buy a beautiful couch at Goodwill. Are we good? Going this way? Because I'm not really paying attention.
Yes.
All right. Well, another car. Hold on. I love these people that squirt up fast to try to pass you when they see you getting
Yeah,
in
we
the
stay on
squeeze
this for
plate.
172.
All right, that's excellent. So get rid of that stuff that you don't need. If you're gonna downsize, I'm telling you, you don't need 3 sets of china. You don't need it. You don't need 45 different pots. I've got this pot and that pot. Now, if cooking is your thing and it's your life and it's what you do, okay. But if you're just a normal person, you know, you don't need all that stuff. There is so much that we don't need. It's interesting. That's one of the good things about going backpacking. Extended backpacking. You know, I'm talking like for a week or more, right? Go for a long backpack. You start figuring out what you need. And then everything else becomes superfluous. And that helps. I hope that helps. Are we comfortable in our house? Yeah, we are. I took the question, are you warm enough, cool enough, you know, physically comfortable like that? And I didn't understand what it was. But it was, are you comfortable in a little house? I am. We do know, however, that we would not be comfortable in a tiny house. I want room to turn around in my house. I want the ability to spread some stuff out and leave it spread out for a while if I'm working on a project or something. And a tiny house wouldn't cut it for us. You know, like you see on YouTube and stuff like that. But a small house, and I submit that 20 by 40, no, 20 by 30. I don't know what I said the house is. The footprint of the house is 20 by 30, and then we added a 10 by 20 kitchen and a 10 by 7 office. So it's almost 20 by 40 if you put it all together.
About 1,000 square feet.
About 1,000 square feet. And yeah, that's okay. It works. It's small. It's not, you're not going to brag to your friends about it. You know, you're not going to show them your house after they showed you their house sitting on a hill, brick, 5,000 square foot with all the searchlights shining on it and everything. But I don't care, because I've got land around me and I have the freedom to do stuff like this. I hope that was helpful. I know y'all have ideas and comments and thoughts. I'm interested in reading them. All right, I'll see you out there.